Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Live Live, a place where we meet up to receive motivational, inspirational, and activational strategies for those challenging and changing life moments. I am your host, Keela Bryson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Monday night Live Live session again. I hope that everyone had an awesome weekend, a productive weekend. I hope that you were able to get some rest, and I hope that you were able to keep warm because in a lot of places across the country, it has been cold. Yes, I hope you've been careful on the roads as you travel to and from in your automobiles. We're in that time of year where we are most likely going to encounter some sort of weather. So be careful out there. Well, you know what we do on Monday nights. We're at it again. We're here to figure out what we need to do to keep ourselves motivated, inspired, and most of all, to make sure we're living live. Yes, that's right. The purpose of this Monday night call is to give us information that will cause us to just live live because a lot of people are walking around and they have lost their vivacity for life. And you know them when you see them. We see them in the stores. We see them at work and church and places like that. But people, whatever you're going through in life, just know that you're not going to be in that place always. Keep the faith. Keep your hope alive. Keep a spirit of expectation upon you, and just know that God is working for you behind the scenes, regardless to what it may be looking like before your natural eyes. Put on your spiritual eyes, and when you do that, you will see your situation from an entirely different perspective. After all, it doesn't rain forever. We all know that the storm has to stop. The rain has to stop. And when it finally does stop, guess what? The sun is going to come out. That's right. Well, you know, I am excited about tonight's topic. Because I feel like it's going to help you all, again, with staying the course and just staying motivated and focused. And it will give you just another notch of information to just help you to go forward and to be productive and prosperous in your life. Tonight I want to talk about spending time with motivational people. You like that, don't you? I sure hope you do. Yeah, spending time with motivational people. You know, that is such a good topic. I get happy just reading it because I truly understand the power of spending time with motivational people. And I have had my share of spending time with people who are not so motivational. Can I get a witness? We know what that feels like. And it doesn't feel good. You know, to quite honestly, a lot of times when you're spending time with the wrong people, it has a way of causing you to feel the wrong type of way. It has a way of making you feel just a little bit irritable and cranky and just not feeling good at the moment. You're definitely not feeling motivational or motivated, so to speak. And so tonight I want to deal with that, spending time with motivational people, because you know, you can find negativity at the drop of a hat. It is not hard to find negativity and people who are not motivational. The world is becoming just a darker and darker place, and in certain segments of the country, it's darker than it is in other places. And as a result, you know, we have to be very, very particular in how we spend our time and who we spend our time with, because who we spend our time with will affect where we're going. Who we spend most of our time with will determine how we feel. And so that's why I want to deal with that, because if we're not hanging around motivational people, then we are putting ourselves in an unhealthy environment that could be risky, because if you stay there too long, that negativity can rub off on you. You know, There's nothing worse than spending time with people who are cynical and negative. Who can you think of at this very moment that you've recently spent time with and they were cynical and negative? Or can you think of some people that you hate going around because you know that it's going to be a major negative session? I can think of some folks, and it's true. We do try to avoid them because you feel bad. That negativity and being cynical, it literally makes you feel bad when you are around it and people that do that. You know, someone once said that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Think about that. Now, if you're spending time with a group of cynical, negative, hopeless people, then guess what? You have a good chance of becoming the same way. So we want to be careful of who we're spending our time with because we will become the average of that group. I believe that is partly why most parents don't want their children hanging around certain kids that they feel are not healthy for their kids. This is why, because they don't want that negativity or that bad behavior to rub off on their children. And if it can rub off on children, it rubs off on adults as well. It doesn't go away. You would think once we become older that we would not let that happen. But, yes, there are adults out here who let this type of thing, behavior, influence them into acting the same way. The scripture says bad company corrupts good manners. That's found 1 Corinthians 15:33. Bad company. You know who your bad company is. I'm sure some of you may have had some folks in your past, and there may be some folks you're currently in connection with who not so good to be around, but yet you continue to hang around them. Well, I want to warn you, be careful. Be careful because bad company corrupts good manners. And that could be a friendship, a relationship with the opposite sex. Be careful because that person that you're spending that time with is going to determine whether you're going to be successful or fail, whether you're going to go up or go down. So be careful because we know that the scripture is true. It wouldn't say that if it wasn't true. And we've seen people who hung around, they were good people, and they started hanging around with the wrong crowd, and the next thing you know, we find out they've been skipping class and smoking marijuana, and now they stealing, and everybody is shocked when they find out because this person didn't start out that way. But if you hang around the wrong people, it's like osmosis. If you're not strong enough to engage in that type of environment, it will rub off on you. It will take over you. So who we are around has either a negative or a positive impact on us. And if you are a person that's positive, like me, I can't stand to be around negativity. I mean, I'm ready to leave as soon as possible. I will try to be polite. I will try to be cordial, but to a certain extent now, I will. And then after that, I've got to go. And once I find out that that's just who you are, or you're a negative person, a cynical person, then I don't really want to deal with you. I don't want to fool with you. I don't want to come around because I'm trying to protect myself. I don't want that bad company to corrupt my good manners. I'm trying to do something, and many of you out there are trying to do something. You're trying to accomplish some things. And so you have to be careful who you connect with, who you're spending your time with, because the wrong group will cause you to end up in the wrong places. Who are you spending time with? Think about that. Are they healthy? Are they motivational? Or are they negative and cynical or belittling? I mean, are they helping you to advance? Are they encouraging you? Are the people you're hanging with or spending time with holding you accountable? Do they believe in you? One of the worst things is to be around people that don't believe in you or what you're trying to do. Do you feel empowered when you're around this or spending time with this group of folks? If the answer is no, then you're probably spending time with the wrong people. And if you are, I want to know, why are you spending time with the wrong people? Most of us know when a person is not good for us, and some people choose to hang around anyway. I want to know, why are you doing that? If there are any of you on the call tonight who will honestly say, yes, Keela, I do it. That's me. You're talking about me. You don't know it's me, but I'm guilty. I do that. Okay? If you find yourself in that situation, then and you're struggling with progressing or advancing in certain areas, review your relationship with these type of people, the conversations that you all have. And I'm sure there's something there that you probably will identify that could be holding you back. If we are going to achieve our purpose, our dreams, and our destiny, we've got to surround ourselves with motivational people. Motivational people are people who speak life into us. Oh, my goodness, have you ever come into contact with someone who was so motivational, so inspirational, and just you being in their presence and around them, you felt so much better. You could have started out feeling bad and low and discouraged, and all of a sudden, just being around that person, your spirit began to get lifted. You started having a positive outlook about your situation or your problem. You started feeling like there was hope and that everything is going to work out in your favor. This is what motivational people will do for you, and as a result, it's good to be around them. Motivational people, they are people who encourage us. They invest in us. They build us up. Spending time with motivational people is empowering. In fact, when we are with motivational people, we will feel our spirit swelling up. Yes. You may be saying, Keela, what do you mean, feel your spirit swelling up? Well, I can give you an example. I went to a conference once and went to the conference. It was my first time going, had no clue what I was about to experience. I've gone on vacation before, and in most cases, that particular type of vacation, I still came back tired and just still didn't really feel like I had a vacation or a week off. But when I went to this conference, oh my goodness, you talk about electrifying. It was charged with an energy that I had not experienced. And I could feel this conference was so empowering. It was so anointed. It was so much speaking my language and ministering to me at the deep core of my being until I was literally feeling my inside in my belly swelling and expanding. It was like, oh my goodness, I was touched in a level and a place that I had never been touched before. I mean, I could feel myself feeling like I was about to burst because it was such an infilling. It was such an impartation. And I will never forget that feeling. And when I got back to my home, I was so energized. I was ready to go. I was up and at 'em. It was like a charge that I had never felt before. And I was like, at that point, I was like, I need to go to conferences instead of just going on vacation somewhere, because a conference, the right conference, oh my goodness, you talk about being motivated and inspired and energized. I mean, I was set on fire. And this is what motivational people will do for you, and so that's why we have to, hang around people like this, because it's something deep that happens within us when we are connected to motivational people. And if you've never felt that swelling up in your spirit where it felt like your belly was actually expanding from the left to the right, like it was growing outward, you haven't come into contact with the right motivational person. I'm telling you, there's a higher level. And now you talk about energy you have the energy to run, my God. Motivational people have a special energy about themselves that motivates us to act. And that's exactly how I felt when I went to that conference. I mean, that energy in that room, Oh my goodness. And it was just spreading all over the place for anybody who was receptive to it. And it was an energy like like I had never felt in a room with that many people. And I love it. And when I come into contact with people like this, it is such a refreshing, to experience it physically. It's like being thirsty. You've been thirsty, thirsty, thirsty for so long, and then when you come and spend time with motivational people, you talk about a thirst quencher and at a level that you've never known before. You will be just fueled. These type of people, they are the fuel we need when our tanks are getting low on faith and hope. These type of motivational people, they will give you your gas back that you need to get going and to stay focused and to be excited about whatever it is you're doing. So these are some examples of how I felt. My example of being in the presence of a motivational people. So what does it mean to motivate or to be motivational? Most of us have an idea of what that means, but just for clarity and for the record, I still want to state what dictionary.com said today. It says that to motivate is to give incentive to. In order for us to do anything or anything that we desire to accomplish or achieve, there's usually some sort of incentive there that causes us to want to do that. Something about that particular ideal, dream, desire, or goal, it inspires us and motivates us to the point where we're willing to stay up late at night and get up early, to the point where we're willing to spend our last to invest in our ideal or project that we're working on. To motivate or to be motivational means to provide with a motive or motive, to incite or impel. This is what motivational people do. They incite us, they impel us, they help us to stay focused on the incentive of what it is we're trying to accomplish. To be motivational means it's an inner or social stimulus for an action. And when I went to that conference, that's exactly what I received, an inner stimulus for an action. I was ready to go. After I left that conference, when I got back home, I was ready to do this. Whatever it was, I was pumped up, charged up, hyped up. Oh, my goodness. And so I see why in the athletic arena, why they have so many motivational sessions with those athletes, because it makes a big difference. If you're going to accomplish something, you have to have a motive. You have to be motivated by motivational people. You just can't be motivated by anybody either. It has to be the right person. Because there are a lot of people out here who think they are motivational and they are not. And that's the truth. We have to be careful. We know motivation when we hear it because it does something to us internally. There's a stimulus that is released on a level that you cannot deny. Let's talk about some reasons to spend time with motivational people, because there is a reason why I am challenging you to start spending time with and to seek out spending time with motivational people. We have plenty of negative people, cynical people, people who are condemning, people who are judgmental. There are plenty of those. So when you find someone who is motivational, please try to stay in connection with them and to build a rapport and try to spend time with them, because these are the people who will build us and help us to achieve things that we once dreamed about. If you don't keep yourself in an environment for growth, then growth is not going to take place. When you think about a plant, in order for it to grow and to get huge and beautiful and to have beautiful green leaves, the environment has to be right. And if you want to achieve anything, your dreams, your goals, fulfill your purpose, you've got to be in the right environment. And spending time with motivational people is one of the ways to succeed. But what are the reasons for hanging with these folks? First, it helps you to achieve personal goals. Yes, it will, because when you're around people who are motivational, and they begin to speak into your life to tell you what you can do. They share their story about maybe the challenges and the obstacles that they've encountered, but yet how they stay motivated and they stay focused and they were able to achieve the goal. That inspires you. That inspires me. And so listening to these people, it gives you that willpower to not give up, to not give in, to know that if you continue to stay focused and to keep moving forward, you will achieve your goal. You know, sometimes we just need to be with someone who can just give us a good pep talk. You know, they see the potential in us, and sometimes we just need to be talked to. Sometimes we just need to be poured into. Someone who understands or someone who gets it, because most motivational people, we get it. We get what it takes to get the job done. We get that you have to stay focused. We get that you have to surround yourself with people who are talking your language. The next reason why we want to hang around motivational people is because it helps us to work better. Yeah. When you're around something that's good, it inspires you and motivates you to want to do something good. When you see someone who's working good in whatever they're doing, it inspires and encourages us to work better. And not only better, but more efficiently. And because motivational people, they are people who want to do a job of excellence, in the spirit of excellence. And when you're around them, you will be motivated and inspired to operate in the spirit of excellence, which is one of the topics I've already covered. Hanging or spending time with motivational people, you will have a higher level of performance. That's right. Because motivational people, they are going to challenge you to be the best. And you're going to perform. You're going to do all that you can to get the job done. And when you do that, a lot of times you surpass even the goal that was established because you are motivated. Hanging with motivational people, it inspires us. Yes, it does. Otherwise, you know, it would be difficult for us to go and sit for an hour or two to listen. We do it because it inspires us. It gives us hope. It speaks to that special part in us that knows that we can do anything, but it rarely gets ministered to, or that inner part of us that rarely gets told, you can do it. You know, you can do it. And so being and spending time with motivational people will speak to that part of us that rarely gets spoken to. The next reason that we should spend time with motivational people is because it helps us to be optimistic. You know, in order to achieve things, it all starts with what we think. And if we're thinking negative thoughts and we're being cynical, then that's the life that we will manifest. But if we are being optimistic, being hopeful, keeping the faith, staying focused, then that's the life that we are going to manifest. We're going to manifest the life that we keep believing and dreaming and hoping for. Spending time with motivational people, it helps us to have self-development, because if you want to be a writer and you're going to a session where an author is doing a motivational speech or session, you know what that's going to do? You're going to glean information from them. You're going to take notes, and then you're going to go out and try to execute the tips that author gave or provided so that you can have a better chance of becoming an author. And in the process, you are developing yourself. You're getting better. You're becoming better. You're becoming more of an expert at it. You're becoming just a professional at it. And it's because you've been spending time with a motivational person. Motivational people, they're able to give us tips and suggestions and guidance on things. And all it does, when we execute it and apply those things, it makes us a better person. We begin to develop ourselves in areas that we otherwise wouldn't have developed. An athlete becomes a better quarterback. A boxer becomes a better boxer. Why? Because they're spending time with motivational people who are challenging them to develop themselves at a higher level, to perform at a higher level. Spending time with motivational people, it will help you to think outside the box. You know, most cynical or negative people, they don't have very many solutions to the problem. They don't know how to ask the hard questions. All they know to do is how to tell you that you can't do it. You sound ridiculous if you're trying to achieve that. They always have the why you can't and why you shouldn't. But hanging with motivational people, these are people who know how to think outside the box. These are people who know how to ask the hard questions and solve the hard problems. So therefore, we should desire spending time with motivational people. One of my pet peeves is people who love living inside the box. They only know how to do things one way, and they're so loyal to that way, they don't realize that way has become outdated, irrelevant, is time-consuming, and they only know how to do it the way that it's always been done. But when you're with motivational people, spending time with them, they are creative people. They know how to get creative and to seek out the possibilities of what a situation could be. The next thing, you get the benefit of these motivational people, spending time with them, you get the benefit of their perspective and their experience. Because motivational people, many of them have had their own personal experiences, and as a result, they see things from a different perspective than most of us. And if we spend time with them, a lot of times they can impart and share wisdom, their experiences of what they've gone through, and we benefit from it because if we follow their advice, then we could avoid a whole lot of heartache and pitfalls and traps. And so that is one of the benefits of spending time with motivational people. They can teach you how to get things done in a more efficient manner instead of trying to learn and figure out everything the hard way. The next thing, spending time with motivational people, there's a possibility that doors of opportunities can be open for you because the more you spend time with these people, they begin to learn you. They begin to see and identify your skills, your talents, and your giftings. And as a result, when an opportunity comes up, they're going to think about you because you know why? You've been spending time with them. They have been able to learn you. Some may have even mentored you, or you've gone to them, had lunch with them, and had good quality conversations with them. And as a result, it can open doors of opportunity. The next thing, spending time with motivational people. These people become a champion and an ally. We all need champions and allies. We need people who will see the positive attributes within us. And we need allies. These are people who will be there for us when we encounter bumpy spots in our life. A lot of times when people encounter bumpy spots in their lives, they can't even find an ally. All they can find are the accusers, the naysayers, the fault finders, and those who are condemning and judgmental. But when you're spending time with motivational people, these people will champion you. These are people that's going to be cheering you on, telling you you can do it, challenging you to come up higher. They will also be there for you when you did something wrong or you're encountering maybe a tragedy in your life. These are the people that you want to be around. They can speak into you no matter what phase of your life that you find yourself in. Spending time with motivational people, you know what? These are people who are going to hold you accountable. It's time out for us living a life where we feel like nobody can step to us and call us out on something that they feel was inappropriate for us to be doing. When you are hanging with motivational people, spending time with motivational people, one of the things that you've got to be open to is the fact that these people are going to hold you accountable. If you want to really have a good, honest, and strong relationship with motivational people, believe me, they're going to say something to you if they see that you've done something that shouldn't have gone the way that it did. And don't take it personal. These people do that because they want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you get caught up into the traps that try to destroy our progress and success. These are people who can see further than us sometimes, and it's because they've been through certain experiences, and as a result, they have a perspective that we may not have. And a lot of times when people are holding us accountable, it's because they're trying to help us to be better, to help us to not self-sabotage by the things that we do, because our character is important. And we want to always have a relationship with somebody who can hold us accountable, that we trust, that when they call us out on it, that it's from a place of respect, it's from a place of love, and not a place to condemn or belittle or be abusive. Okay? And finally, the last benefit that I've identified that we will receive from spending time with motivational people is that it expands our contacts and our network. You know, motivational people know a lot of people. Motivational people tend to have a lot of connections, a lot of resources, and when we stay and spend time with motivational people, a lot of times they will share with us those resources, those contacts. They will share some of their networking possibilities with us. And so as a result, these are the people that we want to spend time with. These are people who are helping us, building us, helping us to grow, helping us to become better, instead of hanging around people who are tearing us down, making us feel bad, snatching our self-esteem and confidence from us, devaluing our self-worth, and trying to make us believe that we can't, that we're nothing, and that we are stupid because we have dreams and aspirations. Get away from people like that. You need to hang around people and spend time with people who are motivational. Motivational, motivational. That's right. Well, that's my time, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a Teachable Life Moment with Keila Bryson, where it is absolutely imperative that we live lives. If you would like to connect with me, you may do so. I'm on Facebook at Keila Bryson, Teachable Life Moments, LLC. I'm on Twitter at Keila Savant, or you can visit my website at KeilaBryson.com. If you would like to direct message me, do so. My email address is Keila@KeilaBryson.com. Well, I will see you guys here on next Monday, same place, same time. In the meantime, have a great week and do not forget to live live.